I recently reviewed the Insta360 Go 3S action camera for cycling and bikepacking, and I really liked the fact that it was so small and discreet and it had decent image quality and stabilization. But now, the Insta360 Go series has just had a major upgrade. The Go 3S was cool because of how tiny it was. Even if you already had a more powerful action camera with a bigger sensor, that could serve as a backup for more POV footage and B-roll. But now you can do away with the bigger action cameras altogether. This is the Insta360 Go Ultra, and it shares a lot of the same features with the Go 3S, like a removable camera, 4K shooting as you'd expect, and excellent stabilization. But that's kind of where the similarities end. As you can see, the camera on this is much bigger, and it packs way more punch. The first obvious thing to mention is that the camera that's removable is noticeably bigger. The Go 3S was incredibly small and shaped like a pill, whereas this is more square shaped. Now, I've seen a lot of people already say the main reason they liked the Go series was because of how tiny it was. And does this kind of spoil that, given that it's a lot bigger? Well, it is still really tiny. It's really discreet. I think we were spoiled a little bit with how tiny the Go 3S was to make us think that this is somehow big, but it is still absolutely minuscule. The Go 3S had a tiny sensor size and built-in memory, which kind of limited how much shooting you could do with it, as well as only shooting 4K 30 FPS, which is absolutely fine for most people, I'll grant you. But this is significantly better. It has a much bigger sensor size, even bigger than my GoPro Hero 11, which I've been using for a year or so now. Much bigger than that. It shoots 4K up to 60 FPS, and it has a micro SD card slot, so you can expand the memory much more than before. Just generally making this a more powerful and much more usable camera. You get the best of both worlds with this camera. You've got the removable body, which can still fit into some really weird and wonderful places for interesting B-roll because of how small it is. You can also use that, of course, for POV on top of your helmet. Because it's small, it's not bulky, doesn't weigh very much, you can still get those shots comfortably. But because it's much more powerful, you could just use this as your everyday action camera.
Let's run through some of the specs. This camera now shoots up to 60 frames per second, has a much bigger sensor size, great active HDR recording, and improved FlowState stabilization. In terms of size, the unit is only a little bit bigger than the Go 3S, and the camera itself is considerably smaller than the equivalent GoPro. It's waterproof down to 33 feet, so you can be confident it can handle any bad weather. And although the Go 3S had good stabilization, especially in sunny conditions, the Go Ultra's is much better. Even in dappled shade on some pretty rough terrain, you can see it's incredibly smooth. A lot of this is due to having a bigger sensor, meaning it's got more data to work with. And it's because of that bigger sensor in low light conditions you can really see the difference. This is the Go 3S on a summer's evening, and as you can see, the stabilization isn't perfect, and there's quite a lot of noise in the picture. The Go Ultra, on the other hand, is still incredibly smooth, and there's considerably less noise. And because you can shoot at a higher frame rate, you can also do some pretty cool slow motion shots like this.
And for its quality, this is still a really tiny camera. Let me show you some of the really creative mounting options you can do with this because of its size.
The Go Ultra comes with a magnetic puck that you can wrap around your neck, put down your clothes, and then the camera will stick via magnets onto your clothes. It's a really convenient way of getting some different shots like body cam footage, and it can even serve as a chest mount on the bike. A common question revolves around the strength of the magnet for cycling purposes here. It's incredibly strong. You'd have to really hit it with some force to be able to dislodge it accidentally. Perfectly good if you're riding on the rough stuff. Just like the Go 3S, you can mount this camera in some really interesting locations because of its size. I really like this flexi strap mount that you can mount to your bars or to the down tube of your bike to give you some more options for interesting shots like this. And you can get POV footage by attaching it to your helmet or headband. But I've said before, try not to overdo this sort of footage because after a while it does start to make the viewers feel a bit sick. You can also use the action cam mount to attach this camera to your existing camera mounts or to more obscure accessories if you're short on space and you don't want to use the whole unit. The camera's also magnetic, so you can stick it to metals, meaning you don't even need to have a mount at times, giving you more interesting possibilities.
I've said before that you don't need to take loads of really heavy camera equipment like I do on cycling and bikepacking trips to make good videos. You can get away, 99% of you anyway, with one really good camera that does a bit of everything. And because of the nature of filming cycling content, you'll find you'll probably need an action camera for that. And this really could serve as that do-everything camera. It's got a great load of options in it, great stabilization, loads of different frame rate shooting options, the fact you can take photos on it as well, time lapses, star lapses, like you can with other action cameras. This does a really good job of it, but because you can remove the camera and you get that tiny shot as well, it means you can mount it in all kinds of locations. So that's it, that's the Insta360 Go Ultra. I've been using this for about a month now, and I have really been enjoying using it. I have been quite impressed with how powerful it is, especially for its size, so much so that I am going to be using this now as my main action camera going forward. I've been using a GoPro Hero 11 for about a year and a half now, and I have said that I've been really impressed with the quality, but this is better. And because I can remove the camera and mount it at different locations, it just gives me more options to make my films better. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let me know your thoughts on this and any questions in the comments. See you in the next one.